In this world, it is yeet or be yeeted. So, after being pissed off by women in my personal life to such a level that I experienced blind fury, I turned into Guts from Berserk. If I had a giant sword, I would be in jail right now. So I decided to do what a man's gotta do. You take your fury and you build little Gundams, little tiny robots. That's how I deal with my anger while blasting James Taylor music. What the fuck is this nastiness? Damn it, dog. What's wrong with you? Why are you always smoking crack, puppy? Now, while I was painting my tiny robots achieving Zen, Pixel sent me something atrocious. Something I just could not fucking believe. Crap, I cursed. And that was Metro Exodus's dev threatened PC gamers. So, if you dare exercise your right as a consumer, we will punish you. We will punish you violently. How dare you think for yourself, you little pleb? Who do you think you are?
You get the hell out!
I bet like Deep Silver, whoever was behind this was sitting there going, Stu, I thought you said gamers were easily knocked over and told what to do. You said gamers were sheep. And then Stu comes in and goes, I'm sorry. I said console gamers were sheep, not the PC gamers. They're an uppity bunch of fuckheads. This all started a couple days ago when, just randomly, Metro Exodus was taken off of the Steam store. Just boom. We're all like, what the hell happened? Metro Exodus ghosted all of us PC gamers on Steam. The same way women ghost me on Tinder.
I am also funny guy.
Because inside there is pain.
1 minute she's there, the next minute she's gone. I was sitting like, what the fuck is this? So even the guys who pre-ordered were like, what the hell's going on? Turns out Metro was going to be an exclusive to Epic Games. I know, Fluffy's angry too. So anyway, people who pre-ordered Metro Exodus on Steam were surprised to find out it was removed from the Steam store. And it was now going to be an exclusivity deal with Epic Games. Frankly, a lot of us don't really care for the Epic Store. It's new and it's not quite there yet. In fact, Discord has a better game store than Epic Games. Frankly, the only thing Epic Games really has going for it is fucking Fortnite. I mean, as a game, it's okay, but look what the world of Fortnite has given us. It's given us Ninja.
Everyone wants to get it. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what. Just move. If you got to know it, just move. That's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement. I want a quad cam dab on 3. 1, 2, 3, dab. That's it, dude. It's a quad dab.
These pussies, they drink a Red Bull for some pep, and they'd prefer if you went on the patio for a cigarette. And the closest they come to a fist fight is on a message board somewhere.
This is it. This is what Times Square should have done, but didn't do. I'm just saying. Go fuck yourself.
It's given us Pokimane. It's given us a whole bunch of motherfuckers that aren't very interesting, but they're making a shit ton of money from it. And everywhere I turn around, Ninja is there. He's even in Super Bowl commercials. I don't know who the fuck sat there and thought this was a good idea. Stu, how can we connect with football players? Let's have Ninja in the Super Bowl halftime commercial. That's really gonna boost sales or whatever the fuck we're pushing. Well, back on point. Basically, Epic Games is Fortnite at this juncture. And we really don't care for it. The store isn't that great. And frankly, why would you take it off Steam? The only thing this does is it spits in the eye of the people who prefer to use Steam, frankly. Like, I don't know. I'm not really interested in having a million game launchers, especially to launch one game. It gets annoying after a while. A large majority of my games are on Steam. Why in God's green earth would I want to bother with the Epic Store? Granted, I already have it installed, but still, I don't care to open it. And this time exclusivity isn't exactly competition. It's more of an annoyance. And this is not competition. We have exclusivity deals now locked to fucking stores. Or do we really need another one? Look at Bethesda. Look at Bethesda.net. That's where we're going. Another crummy store for another day. I'm off topic. So anyway, rightfully so, this creates a backlash. Gamers are not happy. I wasn't happy, but I was willing to let it go. My thought process was, fuck it, whatever. I'm not buying it off the Epic Store. I don't care to use it. Sorry, not sorry. All right? I'll wait till it comes to Steam. And I left the story alone. I figured for me, this is a non-issue. Whatever. Suck my dick. A lot of gamers were upset about it. They questioned the necessity for this, as the exclusivity really isn't good for competition. It's more or less just forcing people to use a platform they're not interested in. And of course, they weren't exactly met with the answers they wanted. People who questioned, well, I pre-ordered the game, will I still be getting my pre-order with Steam? And instead, you get a tweet going, your physical copy of Metro Exodus will now ship with an Epic key. Why the fuck is it a physical copy then if it's just going to ship with a key and not a CD? It's not really a physical copy. You're just sending me a plastic box with a piece of paper in it, for God's sakes. Not exactly the answer people wanted. So, the overall consensus is a lot of gamers weren't going to buy it. In fact, the word boycott was thrown around once in a blue moon. Oh no, boycott. This is really going to hurt them. Like, a few people won't buy it. Many of us will wait till Steam. But most likely, the large majority of people who are saying they're going to boycott will probably buy the game and play it anyway. Since PC gamers decided to exercise their right as consumers and dare to question their overlords, they were met with this reply. The reaction of certain category of players, online pirates, torts, and all of that. What? You know, the whole torting and pirating thing is something you usually hear like console fanboys shoot around. Oh, PC gaming is full of pirates, and that's why games don't sell. I mean, it's like, oh, shut up. The Witcher 3 sold more copies on PC than it did on all the consoles combined at this point now. But nobody ever says anything because it doesn't really support the narrative that we're all thieves and charlatans. So the fact that a game developer is using this tired-ass excuse, which they used to use years ago, last generation, is disheartening, disingenuous, and slightly disgusting. And speaking of pirating, am I not the only person who's a little pissed off at the fact that most of the games that you buy with DRM on them run like shit compared to the pirated version? I pay for a full copy of the game legally, and you reward me with fucking de novo. You son of a bitch. Is hardly adequate. It seems that people did not want to play the game and were waiting for an excuse to spew bitterness. No, dude. Many of us who are displeased with these recent turn of events were more than willing to buy the game day fucking one, you ass knocker. Oh yeah, fuck you, THQ, you still suck. I invested in THQ when I was young, and then the company went under. You took my money! I was a young Donald Trump. I was grabbing those stocks by the pussy. The reason why people are this upset with Metro of all games is because of poor decision making at the top. This has absolutely nothing. There's no like knit group of people who just hated the Metro series and were waiting for the day they could just shit on Metro. No, this is not the case. Metro is one of the most beloved PC games on the planet. One of the most beloved first-person shooters. Granted, Metro doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel ever. I mean, honest to God, let's be real. If it wasn't for the story, there'd be nothing there. If THQ Nordic, Deep Silver, whoever the hell made this shit, Koch Media, had to do a game where they had to come up with their own lore, they'd fucking bomb. The only thing that keeps this game afloat is the Metro brand, the books. If it wasn't for the lure, there'd be nothing here. You know, there's no meat on the bone. It's a generic first-person shooter. You're pretty much on rails. You can't deviate from anything. You can't do anything different. You don't really get to make any major decisions. It's literally just your average single-player first-person shooter. But the story's so good, you'll actually play it. Jeez. It turns out that for years, we, the developers, have been trying to do something special and painfully with losses. But a certain number of players believe that our work is not worth even a couple minutes to install the Epic Launcher. I have the Epic Launcher already installed, bro. It's not about that. It's about basically shitting on your consumer. It's basically taking away choice to buy the game wherever you want. The choice is just gone. It's like, no, we decided it's only going to be here for a while. For no other reason than because, you know, well, they'll make more money, and I don't really begrudge them that. Nobody would have bat an eye had this just launched on Steam as well as Epic and wherever the hell else. No one would have thought twice about it, dude. You're like messing with the wrong people. You know, PC gamers aren't the average console gamer or casual gamer. We're not going to sit here and let you just shit down our throats and expect us to jump on the hype train and tattoo like a Metro Exodus on our asshole or something while we wait in line to pick up the game. No, that's not how we work. Naturally, it's their life and their right, but then what do they care about this Metro game? Obviously, they are not interested in it. Once again, you're way off base, which explains why this whole deal went through. I can only say they were not our fans. Our work is not interesting to them, and therefore I am not interested in the opinion of such people. Hello, I'm a fan. I could show you my Steam list, you asshole, and I think this is a dick move. Like, he's basically trying to write off all the criticism as these aren't fans of the Metro series. He's taking the criticism and then pretending it's just nothing but trolls and people that didn't want to buy the game in the first place. Everyone complaining isn't going to buy this game. They're going to steal it and pirate it. That's why they're complaining, which makes no sense. What is the point of listening to their opinion personally? And not only, but laughs. Let's take a closer look at the situation. Someone says that by shitting on the Exodus in the previous games in the series, he will make the world a better place for the greedy developers. That one I don't get. I don't know if I read this wrong or my ability to use reading comprehension just shot out the window. But then again, I think this is translated from a Russian site, and as we all know, some things are lost in translation. I guess he's talking about the review bombing that was going on with Steam. As I stated before, I didn't really have a pony in the race. I didn't care. I was going to wait until it came to Steam. Until this shit dropped. I can answer to the extreme case. If all PC players boycott this Metro title, then the next entry, if there is to be released, will not come to PC. It will be for better or for worse. Decide for yourself. I personally feel sorry for the devoted fans, yes, but my assessment of the work done by me and my friends and colleagues will not change. I know for a fact that everybody who spills crap online is incapable of doing a piece of what we have done, and I hope we will do it again. So if you weren't happy with this, you were basically a hater. You are a piece of shit. You're not really a fan. You're just on the hate bandwagon. That's pretty much what they're saying. And frankly, I guess he's saying if all PC gamers, so somehow we all union together and didn't buy the game, then they wouldn't release the next one on PC. Frankly, it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds. Really don't. I mean, what else does this dev team make besides Metro? Don't turn your goodwill into bad will. Don't do this. Don't go down this path. It isn't going well for EA. If I was on the dev team and I heard this guy saying these things, I would have jumped on top of him like he had a bomb strapped to his chest and he was about to pull the trigger. No! Stu, help me restrain Bob. What Bob meant to say was that we understand people are upset with these recent turn of events, and I sympathize with you. And I'm going to endeavor to make sure that if this exclusivity deal stays, that it doesn't stay long. Please bear with us. We don't mean any harm. We love the fan base. Like, I really don't know what the thought process is. I'm sure Metro Exodus will sell well, without a shadow of a doubt. But the fact that they would even threaten the fan base for voicing concerns, for being upset, for being misled. You know, Metro was on Steam store page for months. Since it was announced, it has been up there. It's been in the top 3 of my Steam wish list since the trailer launched. I was ready to buy it as soon as it came out. I'm glad I didn't pre-order. And this is the outcome. This is what you get. And if you're not pleased with it, well, you're not a real fan and you're a jerk off, is essentially how this comes off. That may not be what they're trying to convey, but the way it was said is not very glowing of the fan base. Well, if you're not going to do what we want, we'll teach you. If there's a next one, you won't get in this platform. And is this a hill you really want to die on? The PC community has to be one of the most loyal communities I've ever seen. The fact that Bethesda is still here is a testament to PC gaming. Do you think Bethesda would be as big as it was if it wasn't for PC gamers? Call me crazy if you want, but remember when the Skyrim mod phase was at its peak? And, you know, Macho Man Randy Savage dragons, Thomas the Tank Engine dragons, the wildness, explodable chickens. It just bred more love for a game that, honest to God, was mediocre looking back. Hell, if it wasn't for modders, Bethesda wouldn't have any ideas, for God's sakes. But I digress. That's a different story for another day. This alone is what prompted me to say something about it. I was ignoring all of this because I felt, to me, it was a non-issue. And the only other thing I'll speak on, because this has gone far too long, is the weird sort of support this is getting from some console gamers I've seen on Twitter, where they're basically like, oh, entitled gamers, good, now they won't be able to get the next game on PC or something. Is this it? Like this sort of weird shit where it's like whatever a developer or a publisher does, you're just supposed to take? What the fuck is this thought process? You mark my words, 20 years from now, hopefully I'll be dead, but you're gonna see a gaming world so devoid of creativity, and it focuses on heavy microtransactions for a little bit more substance. You might even have to play to get into the options section just to cater the game to your system. I'm sorry, I'm off. I gotta get out of here. I'm just too tired of this dumb shit.